a career in journalism, hopefully to get to the same level of success as you have?
Times have changed a lot. Things are tougher now. When I was getting started, there were only 3 or 4 networks on television. It was ABC, CBS, NBC, and CNN was a new one on the channels. Things were a little bit easier. We were covering Latin America, and as a Hispanic, that was my in. That's how I got into ABC. Immigration is a big story that I want to continue pursuing. We were just in Arizona doing a "What would you do" scenario, where I actually posed as a Mexican who is then assaulted and being told, assaulted verbally, and being told you're going to be deported because you look, Hispanic, you look illegal, you look like you might be here illegally. That was quite an experience for me, and I loved doing "What would you do" in that vein, where we not only look at fun stuff, what would you do if you see somebody stealing a bike, something minor, but we also take a look at really hard issues like racism and immigration and discrimination.
But the people in that restaurant tried to protect you, right?
Everyone in there in Tucson,
yeah.
But you know what? It wasn't representative of the state. As you know, I got some phone calls saying, you should go back to Mexico. Or you should. They wouldn't let us film. The authorities wouldn't let us film in Phoenix and in Scottsdale and in other parts of Arizona where it might have been more conservative and the reaction might well have been different. There in Tucson, in that restaurant, it was amazing. People helped and came to our rescue, and in fact, one lady tried to help me escape, thinking whether I was here legally or illegally, she was going to make sure that me and my family would be safe. It was very touching, reminding us certainly that there's good in all around us. At a time when we become so cynical and we're so superficial as a society sometimes, here's an example of the good in everyday heroes, people who do one simple act, and that is speaking out when they see something wrong, inspiring all of us and reminding us that there's really a lot of good in humanity still.
And they told me that you are the spokesperson.
I'm like the poster child for Upward Bound, and Trio.
How has that affected you? Why did you join? What encouraged you to?
How can you not? Here was a program, Upward Bound, and I don't know if anybody knows what it's about, but Upward Bound is a federal program that helps kids in high school with remedial classes, really is what it is. It's like a Head Start for the little children. It's a Head Start for us for kids going to college, right? It's all about teaching you, biology and helping you with math and English, so that when you do go to college, you have a slightly better chance of making it. And it was, for me, it was a lifesaver because no one in my family had gone to college. We were migrants. Upward Bound came along and said, John, you have what it takes. You can make it. Finally, somebody said, you might be academic material. When in school, everyone had been telling me, you belong in wood shop or auto mechanics or metal shop. That's what they told me. You're just another Hispanic kid. You're not college material. How dare you think that? Well, Upward Bound helped us dare. And I will do whatever to my dying day, whatever I can do to make sure that program isn't further cut, because it might well be the victim of further cuts. And where does that leave kids who need the help?